All right, so what we're doing right now is we're testing the waters with our Manny Ramos official podcast. Manny Ramos, the Manny Ramos podcast is what we're doing right now. And I'm getting ready to have our first guest on the podcast. I have a couple of candidates, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun when it comes down to having a serious conversation. And anything goes. Anything goes here on the Manny Ramos podcast. So, any questions, comments, concerns? When it comes down to putting out the videos, what I was thinking, maybe one video per week for now, because I have a lot going on. I'm gonna be honest. I have a lot going on, and I have to be sure I balance everything out, and it has to be sustainable, right? It has to be sustainable. I have my notes here because everywhere you look, right? Everywhere you look, people are quitting their jobs, starting businesses, and calling themselves entrepreneurs, right? You hear that a lot now. Have you noticed? Like, I think the past, I must say 10, 15 years, you hear people talking about entrepreneurship way more than 20, 30 years ago. Social media makes it look like freedom, money, and success. That is just one idea away from making a ton of money, right? But here's the reality. Here's the reality. Entrepreneurship isn't for everyone, and that's okay. Right? It's okay. Everyone seems to want to own a business today and work their own hours, make their own schedule, be flexible and this and that. But man, if you're not ready for this, there's going to be a lot of stress upon you. You're going to stress out a lot. And you're going to maybe even lose more than what you started with. It's a big risk. Starting a business, running the whole show, or running your business and making sure it stays afloat and it has enough power to go against your competition, and there's a lot going on. You can scroll through social media and you'll see people talking about passive income, financial freedom, 6-figure businesses, and becoming your own boss, right? You hear that a lot. What you don't see are the sleepless nights. You know, I'm going to be honest. Right now, I'm pretty much balanced. I'm good now. I have my good night sleeps. I don't stress out as much. I don't have anxiety as much. I know what to do now, or because you're always going to have problems, but the thing here is how you handle the problems. The problem is not that you have a problem. The problem is going to be that you might not have a solution for that problem. So your goal is to continually have a solution for every problem. And if a new problem comes up and you don't have a solution, that's fine. Now you get to have a new solution for that problem just in case that problem comes again. Right? So, like I said, what you don't see a lot is the sleepless nights. The months where you barely pay yourself. If you have a savings, let's say you start a business and you have a savings And if month by month your savings is going down until you don't have nothing and now you're starting to borrow, no, something is seriously wrong. No. Maybe a month or two is fine, but if it's constantly taking you into taking out of your savings or borrowing, no, you got to stop. You got to rethink. You have to go back to the drawing board, basically, right? Another thing a lot of people don't see is the customers little by little disappearing, right? Like I see this a lot. I see people starting a business and it's booming, right? You know why? It's because a lot of the community is going there just to kind of see what it's all about, right? As an experience. But eventually, that same flow is not going to be there if your product or service was not up to par to what you promoted it as or you marketed it as, right? So you have to be careful how you market your product service. Don't over exaggerate is my point. Because if you over exaggerate and you're not able to deliver, it's not going to work. Give the people honestly what it is. No sugarcoat. Don't beat around the bush and stuff like that. Right? Or else you're going to be seeing them disappear little by little. And that'll expose the type of business that you ended up building. Right? Not saying that a business is not going to do good, although you lost a little bit of customers in the beginning. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you don't figure out a solution after you see them disappearing and bring them back, then you're going to sink and you're going to be destroyed. Right? Another one is that people don't see is the stress of making payroll. Right? Payroll, profit, and paying the utilities, mortgage or whatever, rent, right? So there's a lot, and then we're not, on top of that, insurance, right? Insurance, liability insurance, policy, upkeeping, licensing, certification, oh man, stuff like that. The responsibility that follows you home every single day. Yeah, you gotta be careful. Especially if you have a family, if you have a wife and kids and you're taking that home, don't place that burden or that responsibility on your family. Don't take it out on them. Don't be angry. Don't be stressed and careless with your family because of how it's going in your business. Because your business is not doing good. Right? You have to be careful with that. No, it is your business. Right? They don't have nothing to do with it. Unless your spouse is helping you out, right? Unless your spouse is in it together, then okay. But then if you have kids, you don't place it upon them, right? You don't take your frustration out on them, right? When it comes down to business, I've been in business for 17 years, right? And I've been building businesses here and there, right? I used to have a janitorial business when I started Manny's Fitness program, and it was going good. I already had a couple of contracts, government contracts, and also community state contracts. were cleaning their offices, right? Office cleaning, monthly office cleaning, bi-weekly or whatever it was. And it was going good, but because Manny's fitness program blew up, it got so big, I couldn't handle both. Or else one of them was going to lose quality, and I ain't going to do that. I ain't going to lower down quality on anything. I will never do that. I'll rather close it down than lower down quality so I can still have it. No, I'll rather close it down. So over my years as an entrepreneur and business owner, owning a business gives you freedom, but only after you've earned it through sacrifice. Oh yeah. That's the main reason why right now I'm building an awesome ecosystem, right? I'm actually building a media company, right? I have a media company. I have I would say a ministry where I do apologetics. I have of course, Manny's Fitness program. I also have the podcast, right? The podcast is brand new. Can it become a business? Yes. People have lived off their podcast. They have made their podcast their business, their main source of income, right? So, man, this is a good conversation. Sacrifice is something that needs to be done, but let's be honest, not all of us are willing. We're not willing to sacrifice, and we have to sacrifice. For many years, you'll probably work more hours than you ever did working for someone else. I told my son, one of my sons, he's an entrepreneur himself. He has a car detailing, car wash business, mobile. He's mobile right now. And I helped him to get to where right now he's doing amazing, by the way. He's making double, maybe close to triple compared to what he was making working at Walmart. While he was working at Walmart, he started this business, the mobile detailing business. And I helped him throughout the process, and right now he's doing amazing. He's working for himself. He's an entrepreneur. He's self-employed. He has a business, right? And I told him the other day, and I remind him, he already knows this. I told him, I'm like, just to let you know, you're probably going to be working around 16 hours a day, all right? That's how it is in the beginning, because it's just brand new. You had to sacrifice. You had to put that work in. Got to get it up floating consistently. Up float, right? And the only way that you're going to be able to do that is to build a good infrastructure, a good system, and a good business blueprint, business plan. You know the ins and outs of your business. Know how to handle problems with solutions, so on and so on, right? There's a lot that you have to put down as a foundation before you're able to work less and have more freedom, right? So the truth is, not everyone is wired to be an entrepreneur, right? And just to let you know, that's not an insult. It's reality, right? It's reality. So I might make part 2, depending on you guys. If you're watching this, welcome to the Manny Ramos Podcast. I will have some celebrities / well, to me, everybody's a celebrity. Guest in here. And we're going to have a good, solid, truthful, honest, real conversation here. Conversations that a lot of times we don't have, that we must have for us to learn from each other, right? Hit the like button before you leave. Subscribe if you're new. And let me know what you think in the comment section. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Be safe. God bless you. Bye-bye.